welcome back to the Night Shore. In the last episode, I talked about and reviewed the movie of Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, The Adventure Begins. I talked about how I have great love and passion for the thought of becoming a space ranger and wanting something like that in real life, but sadly I don't think reality would be, well, at least not in my lifetime. I don't think reality would advance that far in having like space stations in space and having some sort of act of law, some sort like that. Becoming space ranger, I don't think we'll ever get that far ahead, or at least, like I said, at least not in my lifetime. Maybe one day, you never know. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Well, I probably won't be around. But anyway, I'm not gonna squeeze too much time out of this. I want to go ahead and get cracking on these episodes. We got about 62, I think 60-something two episodes of the show. I want to go over and review all of them. Obviously not all in one video. Crazy. It's like each episode is like 20-something minutes. Sometimes it might be an hour if it's a special. It'd be crazy to do all that in one episode. I wish I could. I mean, maybe like once I got a lot, or one day hopefully finish this series, maybe I can like put all the videos together into one big colossal video, just hours of just Buzz Lightyear. So let's go ahead and get cracking. Like I said, I got my AI program to change my voice so that it'll sound a lot more relaxing, because that's the whole purpose. It's just trying to make a relaxing vibe, chill vibe, something easy to listen to, you know. And I don't think my voice is qualified. I can't even speak qualified. I don't think my voice is qualified for the position of making a relaxing video with this type of voice. Nah, it's pretty annoying to me, and I hate hearing my voice. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with episode 1.
The Torque Armada. Once again, I would like to apologize for the lack of audio. Disney and Pixar are pretty aggressive when it comes to copyright. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to keep this video up for 2 days in a row. Thank you for understanding. The series clearly picks up sometime after the movie. I'd guess a few months, maybe even a year. You can tell because Buzz's team, while still learning the ropes, is now quite comfortable operating together. They've definitely done a good number of missions, honing their skills and trying to follow Buzz's lead. This episode kicks off not in space, but with Booster and XR descending on their jetpacks into a bustling, grimy urban landscape known as Trade World. It's a bit confusing if Trade World is the city or the entire planet, but either way, it's a chaotic hub where crime is a daily occurrence. We'll be seeing a lot more of Trade World throughout the series, and it's quickly established as a regular patrol zone for Buzz and his team. XR and Booster are prepping themselves, about to infiltrate a bar called the Black Hole. Their target is a criminal named Torque, wanted for a litany of crimes. Now that they've pinpointed his location, it's time to bag him. As XR tries to run through a plan, even giving Booster advice on how they should handle the capture. Booster, in his typical eager fashion, completely blows past the plan. He stomps right on in, marches directly up to Torque, telling him he's under arrest. I remember watching that for the first time and just shaking my head at Booster. I know he's ready for action and wants to get his hands sweaty, but even with all his silly quirks, I really appreciated that XR was trying to strategize. Booster clearly missed an opportunity to showcase teamwork and planning with XR, perhaps hoping to earn a direct pat on the back from Buzz. I suppose he thought his sheer size would intimidate Torque, but as Torque immediately makes clear, he's not afraid of Space Rangers, proving that size doesn't matter when your opponent has a blaster. Just as things are about to go sideways, a cloaked figure in the background cuts in. telling Torque that he should be afraid. A few tense seconds pass, and then bam! Buzz Lightyear rips off his disguise and, with incredible precision, shoots the gun right out of Torque's hand. It's a good thing Buzz was there keeping an eye on his rookie team, because Booster's reckless rush had them in a truly bad spot, and they could have easily lost their lives. What ensues next is pure chaotic delight. A full-blown shootout erupts in the bar. Buzz is immediately pinned down, while Booster and XR are left standing out in the open, firing their weapons wildly, with innocent civilians still scrambling inside, narrowly missing the shots. The first time I saw this, I burst out laughing because things escalated so quickly and sloppily. Lives were in danger, the place was being shot to pieces, Booster and XR even dropped their guns at one point, and Buzz is almost taken down if it wasn't for Ranger Mira, who goes through a wall to save him at the last second. In a moment of bizarre genius, XR, who was taking cover over Torque's head, suddenly realizes he's close enough to deploy a capture net, finally stopping the reckless firing. It's just pricelessly sloppy work. All that chaos could have been avoided with a simple plan and a bit more patience. This entire sequence perfectly highlights the team's initial inexperience and their need to truly gel, making Buzz's journey to turn them into a cohesive unit all the more compelling. After the wild black hole bar brawl, Buzz and his team have Torque securely locked up on their ship, en route to Star Command. Even behind bars, Torque can't resist a bit of banter, trading jabs with Buzz about who's better at beating each other up. They eventually arrive at Star Command, where Torque is handed over to be processed for prison. With that done, Buzz and his crew head back into space for a far less thrilling assignment, checking safety buoys, a routine but vital task. The team, predictably, finds it incredibly boring. But Buzz, ever the committed space ranger, reminds them that even this mundane job is part of a hero's duty. These buoys, he explains, save lives by preventing massive space tankers from crashing into busy space traffic. It's a noble sentiment, even if the task itself is a snooze fest for Booster, Mira, and XR. Meanwhile, Torque is on the prison transport bus, making its way to the big house. Suddenly, Zurg's Hornets launch a surprise attack, breaching the bus's defenses. They swiftly overpower the Space Ranger robots, completely outnumbering them, but only take Torque. It's clear Zurg wants him, and him alone. Torque is then brought to one of Zurg's hidden hideouts and forcibly strapped onto a table. Zurg makes a dramatic entrance, revealing he has a job for Torque. Torque initially refuses, but Zurg, ever the confident despot, retorts that refusal isn't an option. It's one of the perks of being an evil emperor, along with all the popcorn shrimp he can eat. The writers truly shine in this episode, perfectly capturing Zurg's blend of genuine menace and delightfully theatrical evil. His jokes consistently land, making every scene with him a joy. Torque quickly changes his tune and agrees to Zurg's demands only when Zurg reveals his specific target, Buzz Lightyear. Zurg then activates a mysterious machine, aiming it at Torque, promising him a new power to deal with Buzz. As Zurg leaves, he pauses at the door, delivering a chilling afterthought. Oh, I forgot to mention, this will be very painful. The door slams shut, and moments later, a blinding light erupts from within, accompanied by Torque's agonizing screams. Back with Buzz and his team, still stuck with the buoys, another space ranger named Crockett pulls up. He's there just to deliver a taunting update about the prison bus attack. Buzz, ever eager for action, assumes he and his team are about to be reassigned to the pursuit, but Crockett quickly corrects him, gleefully pointing out that he's the one who got the mission, not Buzz, teasing his whole team about being stuck on rookie missions. Mira, sensing Buzz's growing frustration, subtly encourages him to vent, and vent he does. Buzz shouts that the attack clearly had Zurg's signature all over it, yet he's stuck doing boring routine tasks. I can completely understand Buzz's anger here. His rivalry with Zurg is deeply personal, and he feels it's his responsibility to handle his sworn enemy, team or not. To have Zurg make a major move and be sidelined is infuriating. It's painful for him, but honestly, it's also quite funny to see Buzz get so incredibly worked up over Zurg. Meanwhile, Zurg is in his lair, not so patiently awaiting Torque's transformation. What he's doing is absolutely hilarious. He's tormenting a trapped man by shooting at him, making him jump and run like it's a little video game. Perfectly captures his petty, sadistic joy, and it absolutely kills me every time I rewatch the episode. Once Torque is ready, he bursts in, clearly still furious from the painful procedure, and confronts Zurg. Torque, not understanding what he got out of that procedure, actually grabs Zurg. Instantly, all of Zurg's hornets and turrets aim their weapons, ready to obliterate Torque. But Zurg, with surprising calm, simply dismisses them. He then gently takes Torque's hands off him before suddenly yelling at him not to ever touch him again. He then, just as quickly, reverts to a gentle tone, explaining he has a thing about personal space. This scene perfectly encapsulates why I love Zurg so much. He's pure, unadulterated evil, mixed with utterly priceless comedic timing. It's moments like these that make it such a shame he didn't appear in Kingdom Hearts 3, but I won't get into that. Zurg then tells Torque to press the plate on his chest. Torque does, and to his astonishment, a perfect clone of himself materializes. Understanding the incredible power he's been given, Torque's anger immediately turns into sinister glee. Back with Buzz, he's diligently working on one of the safety buoys when suddenly, he hears Torque's taunting voice cutting through space. Buzz, taking the bait, immediately gives chase. Torque, now on a sleek space bike, cunningly leads Buzz right into an ambush. Buzz is surrounded by a multitude of Torque clones who quickly manage to net him and somehow knock him unconscious. Soon after, Torque heads back to find the rest of Buzz's team, who are just starting to realize Buzz is missing. Torque surrounds them too, tying them to a space tanker, where they see Buzz, still knocked out, suspended just above them. Torque then shoots the safety buoys, ensuring the fast-moving tanker will crash into the nearest planet, causing a massive explosion that would kill Buzz and his team, and potentially devastate the planet below like a nuke. Thankfully, the Rangers manage to free themselves. Booster quickly wakes Buzz, who, in a flash of brilliant strategic thinking, rushes off to grab more buoys. His team, quickly catching on, follows his lead, gathering buoys to place ahead of the speeding tanker. Zurg, watching triumphantly from his TV, expects the planet to explode. But his minions show him a replay. Buzz, in a heroic scramble, successfully placed enough buoys to redirect the tanker, saving his friends and the planet. Zurg's plan, once again, thwarted by Buzz Lightyear. Later, back at the Black Hole Bar, a jubilant Torque strolls in with all his clones, convinced his plan worked and Buzz is finally out of his hair. However, Buzz is already there, waiting for him. Torque, still believing he has the upper hand due to his clones, laughs confidently. But this time, Buzz has a handful of additional Space Rangers with him, who quickly surround Torque and his duplicates. Another chaotic firefight erupts, but Torque ultimately loses again, ending up, along with all his clones, back on a space prison bus. With the threat neutralized, Buzz and his team finish their routine buoy work. Buzz then flies over to Mira, ready to apologize. Mira, ever quick-witted, finishes his sentence, assuming he's apologizing for running off without his team again. Buzz pulls her out of the way as another tanker is rushing in, making her flustered and forgetting the conversation. You'll think there would be a love interest there, but honestly, they never go anywhere with it. Ranger Crockett shows up looking utterly annoyed and wondering how Buzz managed to get him stuck on buoy duty. Buzz teases him back before he and his triumphant team fly off, shouting their iconic motto, "To infinity and beyond," ending the episode. Alright, so let's talk about this one, my thoughts on it. The Torque Armada was a pretty okay episode to kick off the TV show, rather than an outstanding one. This allows for a more balanced or slightly more critical take, while still acknowledging its role. It certainly gets the job done. We immediately see Team Lightyear in action, already functioning as a unit, which is good. There's no wasted time with character reintroductions or Buzz still agonizing over a partner. They're out there, doing the Space Ranger thing. We're introduced to Torque, who's a decent enough villain of the week with his cloning ability, providing a clear and present threat. And of course, Zurg is there, pulling strings and delivering those classic over-the-top lines we love. The action sequences are standard fare for Saturday morning cartoons, ships zipping around, lasers firing, and some comedic chaos on the ground. It gives you a clear sense of what to expect from the series' pacing and style. The humor lands in places, especially with Booster's impulsiveness and XR's quirks, which are still charming. However, while it fulfills its duty as a series opener, it doesn't quite hit the same emotional or narrative highs as the movie pilot. The stakes, while present, don't feel as personal as Buzz's journey in the adventure begins. The team, while functional, doesn't get a huge amount of new development. It's more about showing them using the dynamics established in the movie. It's a solid, predictable, and somewhat by-the-numbers mission accomplished kind of episode. It sets the stage, demonstrates the formula, and delivers the expected action without really pushing any boundaries or surprising you much, outside of the initial chaotic bar scene. So, while it might not be the most groundbreaking or unforgettable premiere, the Torque Armada is a perfectly serviceable and enjoyable start. It successfully transitions us from the movie into the episodic rhythm, reminding us that there's plenty more galactic heroism to come, even if this first outing felt like just a warm-up.